It's Sammy from East Herts Family Centre Service here. That's part of the Hertfordshire Family Centre Service. And I've been thinking all about my favourite books. Do you have a favourite book? What do you like to read? Oh, I think I like that one too. Well, I've got one of my favourite books here to share with you today. And this book is all about lots of other books. So this book is called Charlie Cook's Favourite Book. And we can see on the front that there's a little boy sitting in a chair. It's covered in parrots. And he is reading what looks like this book. This book's by Julia Donaldson. Once upon a time, there was a boy called Charlie Cook who curled up in a cosy chair and read his favourite book about a leaky pirate ship that very nearly sank, and a pirate chief who got the blame and had to walk the plank. The chief swam to an island, went digging with his hook. At last he found the treasure chest, and in it was a book. There's a book in that treasure chest. Should we find out what book? About a girl called Goldilocks and 3 indignant bears who cried, "Who's had our porridge? Who's been sitting in our chairs?" They went into the bedroom and Baby Bear said, "Look, she's in my bed. And what is more, she's got my favourite book." Oh, Baby Bear's not very happy. But what's his favourite book? About Sir Percy Pillington, a bold and fearless knight, who told the dragon, "Wait, I'm not quite ready for the fight. You must hear this one first." And his armour clanged and shook as he read aloud a joke he'd found inside his favourite book. About Rowena Read-a-Lot, a very well-read frog, who jumped onto a lily pad and jumped onto a log. Then jumped into the library that stood beside the brook and went, "Read it, read it, read it," as she stepped upon a book. About an oak tree full of birds. Each bird had built a nest. Look, there they all are. There's one over there. And they had a competition to decide which one was best. Which one do you like the best? Can you choose? They chose an owl to judge it. And the winner was a rook, whose nest was lined with pages from his very favourite book. About a girl who saw a flying saucer in the sky. Some small green men were in it, and they waved as they flew by. She tugged her mother's sleeve and said, "Look, Mum, what I've just seen." But Mum said, "Hush, I'm trying to read my favourite magazine." About a wicked jewel thief who stole the king's best crown, but then got stuck behind some sheep, which slowed his car right down. The king dialed 999, and soon the cops had caught the crook and flung him in a prison where he read his favourite book. I wonder what his favourite book is. Should we find out? About a greedy crocodile who got fed up with fish and went on land to try to find some other kind of dish. He went into a bookshop and there grew even greedier while reading on page 90 of a large encyclopedia. Oh, encyclopedia is a book that's full of lots of information about different things. Shall we find out what he found in his encyclopedia? I can see a spaceman on that page. Can you see a spaceman on that page? You have to look very, very closely. Wonder what that spaceman's going to do. Oh, here's the spaceman. Look. Brilliant. About the biggest birthday cake the world had ever seen. A team of royal cake makers had made it for the Queen. The cake was so delicious that a famous spaceman took a slice of it to Jupiter, and he also took a book. Oh, I know what one's next. This one is funny. About to go the glided round the castle every night, carrying her head and giving everyone a fright. She kept it up till morning, and then she found a shaded nook and put her head back on again to read her favourite book. Wonder if we look really close. Can you see what her favourite book is? If you look so close, you might be able to see. It looks very similar to the one we're reading. I think this might be her favourite book. Shall we see? Aha! About a cosy armchair and a boy named Charlie Cook. There's Charlie reading his book, and he's got lots of the characters from this story all around him. Can you spot the greedy crocodile? I can see the jewel thief, and I can see the 3 bears. Shall we count them? 1, 2, 3. 3 bears. Wow. It's lots of fun finding out about everybody's favourite books. I wonder what your favourite story has been out of all of those that we saw in the book. Are there any that you recognised already? I know that story about Goldilocks and the 3 bears. I love telling stories. It's really good fun. Making up my own is really great. I can use the characters that I want and put them where I want to put them, and they can do what I want them to do. Have you tried making up your own stories? Maybe that's something you could do. You could use little figures of little people, or you could draw them, or you could simply tell them or act them out. There's lots of great ways in which you can show others the stories that you have created. When we're thinking about reading, and we're reading to babies and we're doing storytelling with babies, what's really great is to start teaching them how to read a book. So that's looking and sitting together, reading a story, turning the pages together, pointing to the pictures, not just reading the words, because babies will learn all of those first steps to reading, like how you turn a page, and that there is a pattern on the page that you decipher that creates something. And that's a great way to start off your baby's experiences with reading. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the story today, and we will see you next time. Bye.